right, guys. So it's been a day. Canada Grand Prix happened. We've taken some time again to recover. Some people had some trauma during this race. Uh, it was a little interesting. Some interesting things happened. Some good things happened. We had Kimi P3, and he's now the third youngest driver to be in the podium. It was Max, Lance Stroll, and now it's Kimi Antonelli. I think he actually overtook, what was it, Lando? I think it was
Oscar.
Lando. Was that Oscar?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, yeah.
It must have not been updated because I looked online and it said Lando, but I was like, I feel like Oscar would have been up there.
It was
So okay.
Oscar.
Well, he overtook Oscar for P3 in the podiums, and guess who he also overtook Oscar in the first turn of the race. He actually I was gonna do a thing like, who's my driver of the day? It's gonna be Kimi Antonelli, and everybody else agreed because he was officially the driver of the day.
Yep.
He had an amazing race. He overtook Oscar Piastri in McLaren for P3 right away. He meant business. He meant business.
Yeah.
I was so entertained by that. And like
I
just
was so
that,
proud of that man.
that homie was just cruising in third and all that was happening behind him, and he was just like,
Yeah. I bet when the whole McLaren thing was going on, he was just like, yes. He's like, this is my time to shine. They're going to be fighting behind me, getting their tires all worn out, trying to overtake me. And I'm sitting here.
I remember listening to the cool down room afterwards when like he's yapping with all of them, and he's like, guys, like, who do I give the slipstream to in that moment? Like, where do I go? And Max is like, right down the middle, baby. Right down the center.
I posted a TikTok about that because it was so funny. He was like, I don't know what to give it to, left or right, and then Max is like, just go down the middle. Just give it to both.
And he's like, well, luckily I didn't really have to choose.
It was terrible. Before we need, like, I feel like we need to like postpone to even talk about the whole McLaren thing. That means to be like last. So stay tuned for the McLaren thing later on. But I feel like it needs to be mentioned. Alex Albon, and maybe one of his worst races I've ever seen. It was so bad.
Listen to me. It's so
I knew this one would be bad when in that like first few corners I see this motherfucker going across the grass. I'm like, guys,
he was
and
already
we're done. And it's over. We're gone. Because his car has already been falling apart. You can't tell me that car that like randomly fell apart earlier in the weekend is just gonna be fine going over a freaking hill.
That was Carlos's car, wasn't it?
No, it was
the engine cover.
It was
came off?
Alex's.
I thought that was Carlos's car. The engine cover came off.
No, babe, it was Alex.
What?
Yeah.
I saw the red and yellow.
Like,
okay, whatever.
his car is duct taped together, and he just took it over a hill. Like,
you're saying your engine cover comes off out of, you're going down a straight, it goes boom, blows up, the engine cover just flies off. It's fine. Then no, this also, even like, because obviously he hit the grass. That looked terrifying. And then his engineer is like, there's a little bit of a minor issue with the PU, the power unit. But it doesn't seem as bad as last time, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I was like, oh Lord, because the power unit.
I heard that video come through, and I was like, it's done.
I was like, it's
done.
over.
He's done.
Not even looking at him anymore.
And people kept overtaking him, and it was just like at one after another. And I was
because he was like, because he didn't want to pit. But I was like, because it's like, obviously from his perspective, he's seeing that like he's faster, or he thinks he's better on these tires. But the engineer's seeing everything around you, like he's seeing more than you, and he's thinking you should pit. And then you're disagreeing, and it's a whole thing. And then he just kept getting overtaken and overtaken and overtaken. I was like, it's looking terrible. And then he had to retire because that same freaking power unit they said was being managed. Was it? No, it wasn't.
Really
no.
not.
Why don't you guys listen to me? It's so annoying. And I was like, oh, that's tough.
Literally, it sounded like bro was like crying over the radio. He was so depressed.
Call Lily.
No, and Charles was having issues with his engineer too, because the whole plan B, plan C, he was like, I literally thought this was like really funny. Obviously, there's probably some like maybe some messages like we didn't see here. I don't know, but Charles was like, "Oh, I actually think we should like do Plan B," and they were like, "Oh, let's do Plan C." But he's like, "No, I want to do Plan B," and they were like, "Copy," or understood. Like they said copy. So I don't know if like they just did it behind the back. They just like they officially decided that he was going to pit, because obviously Plan B was to stay out in the mediums, and Plan C was to pit. And Charles was happy on the mediums, but the team wasn't, obviously, because they pitted, and he was like, "Why are we doing this?" He's like, "Oh, we decided to go to Plan C." I was like, "Oh, okay,
Okay. That.
I'd be crashing out like that." Oh gosh,
No, sure.
I feel like, I guess, like, it's, you're listening to your engineers. Like, the engineers probably know more about the entirety of it, and you're just seeing what's around you in the time. But I don't know. It's like, I feel like they didn't take it into consideration at all. I feel like maybe they could have listened to him, but Charles still had a good race. He went from P8 to P4, P5.
P5.
Lord, where did he end up?
I want to say he was P5 because
Wasn't
Oscar.
Oscar P4.
Yeah, because Oscar didn't drop. Lando ended up P7 because of the 5-second penalty.
Oscar was P4, Charles was P5. P8 to P5. That's not bad. And he obviously, like, I don't think he was going to compete against Mercedes, Max, or the McLarens. So P5 is, like, I feel like is, like, the best he could have done optimally in that race, unless something crazy happened. So it was a good race for him. It ended up well. I just feel like for something with Ferrari, I feel like Lewis is not like his engine. Like, he's mad. Lewis has been complaining a lot. Lewis is complaining a lot. Charles has been complaining a lot. I'm just like, are you guys okay over there? Like, I feel like needs to be some team bonding here, because they've been having issues with their engineers almost every race.
I have issues with their engineers. Their car is awful.
You can be mad, but you don't have to hit a groundhog because you're mad.
Well, the funny thing is, I saw the interview afterwards where he's like, "Dude, I hit a groundhog. I feel like horrendous."
They said that they told Lewis that his ground, like the floor of his car was damaged, but they didn't say why. And then they said it after. I'm like, poor Lewis is a vegan too, so I was like, oh no.
This is like, you're actively breaking this man's heart right now. Like, you can't.
Like, I genuinely would die if I would
think
cry
I would lie
so
to
hard.
him. I think I would lie.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would tell him he hit a stick.
You know, one of my friends on TikTok, she commented on like I don't know what post it was, like talking about, I don't know, I think it was my debrief, and I was like, where did Lewis's damage come from? Because I did not see anything, and I didn't see them talking about it. And then she literally commented a picture of like his onboard, and she circled a groundhog that was like in the distance, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
I was like,
subtle foreshadowing, seriously.
Oh, seriously.
God.
And I was like, I felt so bad. It reminds me of Pure Gasly, when he hit like a bunny or something.
Yeah,
oh my god, yeah.
It was so graphic. I was like, oh my god. It was like,
I know.
Y'all really gotta show that too? Like
can we ignore that, please? I can't do that. I can't do that. So let's relax.
That's tough. You know who also had a good race? Nico Hülkenberg.
Nico Hülkenberg got points once again. That's my goat. That's our goat. Yeah, I knew he had it in him. I knew he had that dog in him. So
we all know Nico Hülkenberg has that dog in him. We all know. We all do.
Points too.
He's had some really good races lately. Like he's figured that Sauber out, and he's here to play. Like
he's figuring out to the best of his ability, because that car is extremely slow. But you know what? He's doing the best he can, and he's showing it. And I'm telling you guys, he's destined for greatness. I will say this almost every episode. If you talk about Nico Hülkenberg, he's destined for greatness in the Audi. I do not.
I genuinely believe like Nico Hülkenberg is going to bring that Audi to greatness. Like
podium. Podium. Nico Hülkenberg podium is coming. It's in the script that we wrote.
Nico Hülkenberg, Gabriel Bortoleto 1-2. It's coming.
It's coming. Just wait.
Get ready.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
We're manifesting.
I don't know. He's been doing very good. I think this is like, well, yeah, I don't know. In the past few years, I feel like this is so far it's a great season for him. Just like comparing the cars, this is like I think regularly the slowest car on the grid pace wise, and the fact that he's getting it up there is a lot. He had his best result in quite a few years, like 9 years. Last in Spain. Mm-hmm. I don't know, what position did he get? P7?
Something crazy. P7,
P5?
I don't remember.
He had a great race last weekend, and it was his best result in like almost a decade or something. Like, so obviously he's figured something out with the team, and that makes me really happy because that gives me
Oh my
hope
God.
for when it transfers to Audi, because I feel like that will just carry on in momentum. Hopefully, that's what I would predict to happen. So we'll see how that goes. But yet another great result for him. So I'm happy with that.
Me too.
What else happened? Oh, Alonso. Fernando Alonso, he went from P6 to P18 when he went in the pits. There's no way, I didn't see what
Wait,
time
he didn't score points?
I don't know if he scored points, but like
Girl, I do not think he scored points.
I know it. He went down to P18. So you know what? If he got points, that's great, because he had terrible. I don't know if it was because they were talking about, they were like confused if it was just a pit stop or I think something else happened.
I think that what they said, what they thought it was the pit stop, but then they watched it back and they were like, it wasn't slow enough. Like, it was slowish, but it wasn't slow enough to lose that much time. They said when he left, he ran into a lot of traffic.
That's what I was, because there was a lot of traffic down in that level, like down in those positions. Because I remember like the front runners ran into him, specifically Oscar McLaren, Oscar and Lando were having like a terrible time, because you could see them. They were like just like, it was like Racing Bulls, Oscar, Stake, Lando, and then like a Willie. It was just like really funny. It was like a whole train.
I think they said he came out like right in the middle of it, and like obviously he's on fresh tires, so they're all gonna pass him because his tires aren't warm.
Yeah, it was. I don't know where he ended up, honestly.
I have no idea. I don't think he scored points though.
I don't know. Either way, not a good race. Well, not at least a good stint of the race, because like that was just really rough. Like, did that really need to happen? I feel like I don't know if I've seen somebody have such bad luck.
Yeah. Oh my God.
For a while. So.
His luck is bad.
Like really bad. And I like they were saying is like his worst start to a season ever or something, or at least until like since like the beginning of his like years in F1, like ever. I can't deal with him having bad races, because I just get transported to 2023 Monaco, and it makes me depressed every single time, because I want that to happen. Why is that not happening?
Exactly.
Adrian Newey, you need to lock in.
Adrian Newey, genuinely bring that car back to greatness, because we need this.
So Lance won too.
If I don't see Lance Stroll on that podium next year, Adrian Newey, you're getting fired.
You're done.
Okay?
I need a Fernando Lance 1-2 immediately. Specifically in the Spain race and the Canada race, those two races specifically.
I specifically need Lance on the podium with like some cool people. Like, I need him up there with like George Russell and like Lando. I need them to like have like this big celebration moment. It's
no. Actually, guys, sorry. It needs to be Esteban Ocon, because they're best friends.
Oh my God, yes. We need
George
Russell. We need Esteban Ocon. We need Lance.
George Russell. Are they friends or something?
I think they play paddle. Don't they play paddle together?
Yeah, bro, they paddle.
They paddle.
You know what? I think what should happen is Mick Schumacher comes back from WEC for one race in the Canada Grand Prix, and then it's Mick, Lance, and Esteban, because they're all best friends. So yeah.
You know what I think we need? I think we need, like, we got the George Russell and we got the Kimi Antonelli moment. I think we need that, but with Esteban Ocon and Ollie Behrman. I think we need that now.
Yeah. So yeah,
absolutely.
I need Nico and Gabbie and Esteban and Ollie.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of magic Haas needs to like perform on their car. If I need to like buy like an Etsy witch to place a spell or something, but I will.
Yeah. Like I'll get like a big pot and I'll start stirring it up or something.
Yeah. I will learn how to like. I'll learn how to like cast a little spell on your car.
Take a part of your hair and like put it in.
Yeah, like we will go to extreme lengths to get this podium. You don't understand.
Yes,
this is very important. I need to see Esteban Ocon on that podium. I need to see Ollie Behrman on that podium. Get it happening now.
I need to hear Esteban say "Esti Bessie" on the podium, baby, again. Like in
bro, genuinely, all like that would heal me.
That's all I need.
That's all that I need.
Nothing.
I got my Kimi Antonelli podium. I'm good. Now I need Esteban Ocon back.
Nico Hülkenberg on the podium, though, like, I think that might be, like...
I think that would break my brain.
I feel like we talk about this, like, we talk about like every other episode, but I needed Nico Hülkenberg on the podium so bad. Like, you all don't understand. I need it right now.
We are the biggest Nico Hülkenberg fans, guys. Like, genuinely.
Like, we're huge Nico Hülkenberg fans.
We literally were the people who were like, guys, we're going to start a trend where every week we vote Nico for driver of the day.
I actually do that, so.
Yeah. And trust, I do it. I do.
So, yes, if you ever see Nico in the top 3, it's thanks to us. So
yeah, it's thanks to us. Gabbie learned how to do magic, and we figured it out.
I did this. A little bit of this.
She put a little bit of each of our hair strands in it, and now we're here.
Y'all shipped it to me, and I in a box.
Yeah,
one strand,
and a little bit of road in it, so that it
I put a little road glazing milk, and then my the whatever it's called, like the vanilla one. I put a little. I put a little ribbon in there. Yeah, and we're good. I put a little scrap of the toasted teddy in there. And it was
perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and now we've got a diva on the podium.
Yeah, yes, it was because of that.
And who to thank? Us.
Kim was on the podium.
Kimmy was on the podium, and that's like when Gabbie was learning her magic. So I actually think you guys owe us a thank you.
Yeah. Yes. So actually, we were trying to get Nico on the podium, but we ended up getting the wrong driver. But he was our second choice, so
it was chill.
It was chill. Fine. We were happy with it. So, but now I'm kind of learning it more. So I will be getting Nico on the podium soon. I just need to kind of tame the magic a little bit and just figure it out, just kind of lock it in a little bit. So just wait. I need to put some I need to edit some flames.
The way she did this, she's like Elsa. She's
the past is in the past. I need to edit flames in my hand every time.
Flames with a picture of Nico Hülkenberg in the middle.
Like a flame and the Nico Hülkenberg in the front. Trust it's gonna happen.
It's
There's little Haas cars coming out of your hair.
It's sprinkling out rain. I knew this was gonna happen.
Oh god.
Besides Nico almost being on.
We love you, Nico. I just so you. You didn't get that from all that.
I feel like this wasn't talked about that much. Well, it kind of guys it was, but Carlos literally almost took Gabbie out, dude. Carlos locked up and almost ran right into Gabbie, and Gabbie dodged it. And I was like, Carlos, get new tires right now, please.
Carlos, you better dive into the pits this lap.
Also, I really the what do you call it? The pit entry. There were multiple times where I was so confused because Max was about to get overtaken by Charles or something, and Charles is taking Max. Charles is going vroom, and he just goes straight into the pits. And I was like, wait, I thought that was gonna be an overtake, and then it happened 3 other times. Other drivers where I thought there was gonna be a really stressful overtake, and then they just go straight into the pits, and I got juked out. I was
the first time
really?
I saw it, I thought Max had just gone off the road, and I didn't realize that was the pit entry. I was like, "What's he doing?" And then I realized he's going into the pits, and I'm like, "Well,
did you just lock up?"
Never mind.
I thought Kimmy was overtaking Max, and then all of a sudden he was just gone. I was like, "He's crashed."
It's over.
That pit entry is evil. It's
crazy.
It's the angle. I feel like it's.
I'm like, it looks like an escape road. So I'm like, dude, Max just locked up and is in a wall right now. And
there's another track.
And Max dives into the pits. I'm like,
there's another track that does this, or it's where in the background of a camera, so it looks like a person in the back is spinning out.
Oh
yeah. Which one is it? Yeah. It's Jeddah or something. No, it was the season, so it was Jeddah or Bahrain. It was a night desert race. I remember that. So it was one of those.
I don't remember.
Whatever.
This one has scarred me though. My heart can't take that, bro. We need to.
I can't take that. I can't take it. Lord, I can't. The stress.
Move that entry. Move it. Put it somewhere else. I don't care where else, but not there.
Can you make it more obvious that they're going into the pit? Can we have a confirmation thing?
Can we get a giant sign outside that's saying that this is the pit entry?
Please. Thank you. That'd
Hit
be
entry
great.
with a giant arrow pointing to it. That way I just know. Because otherwise I'm sitting there like Kimi Antonelli's in a wall right now. Like,
Yeah.
what am I supposed to do?
I agree with that. What else happened? Oh, also something like pretty subtle. This is very subtle. This doesn't matter. It's like pretty simple. But like Gasly and Colapinto literally swapped positions, and I was like, oh, so Colapinto's faster than Gasly, and also Colapinto also qualified Gasly. So I have a feeling that Pierre wasn't like the happiest after this race weekend.
No.
It's not like the worst thing because it's just like because he probably tires and stuff. But getting out qualified and having to give the spot back to somebody who's been in that seat for like 3 races, that's not like the best.
Yeah.
Franco did well at this track though, weirdly.
Where did he end up?
I think he had an issue, so he ended up lower, but he was driving really well. I think it was
he had
like
a great race. I think this is definitely like so far. I mean, it's only had like 2 races or something like, but so far for now, definitely his best race. Like the whole weekend, just overall. So
you can tell he's coming into the car and kind of figuring it out. Like you could tell the first 2 races he was really struggling to like figure the car out. Like there were just a lot of minor mistakes that shouldn't be happening. And now I feel like he's kind of figuring it out again.
I feel like in comparison to Jack, he's doing better. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry.
Hey.
Of course, like, you don't really know behind the scenes of this. Like, he maybe is getting more support than Jack did. Because we can probably heavily assume that Jack, like, got, like, nothing from the team.
To be fair, Jack had been their reserve driver for, like, years. He got a lot of
He got a lot of sim time
support.
in. Like he's been there.
I think they started to kind of give up on him whenever he wasn't doing as well in the car as Flavio wanted to, and then that's where they were like, okay, we need to stop putting much in.
You can't blame them at all. Like whoever, like what, it doesn't matter. Like I know, like obviously, like it's like important to get the support behind your back and stuff. Like it's super important, but also if you're not performing, like there's just some teams that are going to be cut through like that because they don't have time to waste.
No.
Like,
Alpine is literally they're trying to get back up.
Flavio said that he wants to get them up to like winning championships. He didn't say just like winning races or podiums. He said winning the championship in 2026 and 2027. So you know what? Maybe they're very confident in their the new regulations because they have a Mercedes engine, right? So yeah, I mean,
I figured they would be because they kept the same chassis from last year so that they could put everything they have into 2026's car.
Yeah, which is pretty smart.
They've got like a good team behind them. They're getting a new engine. Mm-hmm. I think that it could be a good year for Alpine, but that does mean like this year they need to figure out what drivers they want to bring into next year.
They don't want to have to deal with like swapping out drivers like they have been. They don't want to be like that. So I think that this could very much potentially be the locked up lineup.
I think so. I think it just takes Franco a minute, but we've seen how much he can do. Like he's a very talented driver. We saw a lot of that at Williams. He made mistakes, but he was pulled from F2 randomly with very little F1 preparation. So
we're seeing like Paul Aaron is also a very popular driver, but if we're comparing Franco to Paul, I'm just gonna say that like obviously Paul hasn't had the time that Franco's had. So it's very hard to compare them, but I think if they'll probably do a lot of test runs with both of them to really compare it, but I don't think that Paul
I think they'll test Paul a lot.
Yes.
But I think like because they know what Franco's capable of, I think they're going to try to keep him if he can do well in their car. Because they don't know. Paul has like never driven, so they don't know.
He's been in FP1s, right?
I think he's done like one FP1.
He's done a lot. I just don't remember. He's not a very strong like.
No, he hasn't been like talked about a lot. Alpine just randomly was like, "Hey, he's our reserve driver now."
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that like they back him as a like if Franco for whatever reason can't fully come to grips with our car and we need somebody, we've at least got Paul.
I think he will be like that. Yeah. I really do hope that he gets Paul Aaron gets a seat. I did hear that he's in contention for the Cadillac seat, so we'll see. I don't know. I don't really know how likely I think that is, but you know,
I think Cadillac will try to take Valtteri Bottas.
Oh, apparently the Cadillac factory is gonna be like not that far from me.
Period.
I thought they're doing it in England.
I don't know. I think they're having a factory.
It must be
Yeah,
like a
Charlotte.
factory because I know their base factory is in
Instone? No.
Enstone. Is
No.
that no?
No, that's
It's
Alpine.
it's about 10-15 minutes away from Silverstone. I know that. It's not far from Silverstone. I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere in England. Okay,
It
so
must be semi-close to the MTC then.
Is it
I don't know.
the
It's
elephant?
It's similar. It's close to Silverstone from what I saw because I was doing like research on like their factories because I was trying to see like where they would be. Just I don't know. I like looking that up. I like seeing where like the factories are based. Like
Me
it's like
too.
fun to see because it's like how like all of them are. There's so many in England. It's like really interesting. It's
They're
like
like
Ferrari.
all of them are in England.
I think all of them except like Ferrari. Honestly. Yeah. So, but anyways, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. We actually should do it. We were talking about this. We need to do another an episode soon, really soon, about Cadillac.
Yeah.
More predictions because we had. I feel like we need to like go and get back and see what our predictions were for like this because we did it a few months ago, like 3 months ago maybe.
Mhm.
So I think I said Colton Herta and somebody else, and I completely changed my mind.
I
So
definitely said Checo.
I said Colton Herta, and I think I said Franco. So
yeah, I don't know who I said Colton Herta and somebody else. I don't really know who it was. So I think
Colton
I said
Herta
Danny
has
Ricciardo
officially
actually.
shut down the idea. So glad we got one wrong.
You know, actually, I actually remember I said Danny Ricciardo, so I just wanted to forget it. I ever said that. So I'm going to move on from this because I can't talk about him.
We can't think about it.
Also, there's this one moment during the race where Max pitted. He's trying to undercut Kimi, and Kimi pitted the lap after. And I was like, I see Max coming over here, and the pit entry, Kimi's coming out, and it literally was so close, you guys. I literally like I thought they were gonna like crash or something. I got so scared.
Yeah.
Because Kimi like was like zooming around. You could see Max like was like zooming, and so, like they came out, like Max came out like right in front of them. I think that genuinely like that like was a very strong turning point in the race because I don't think I think if Max did not get ahead of Kimi there, I think that he probably would have stayed P3 and Kimi was
because Kimi even said himself, like he said he thought he could have gotten Max, but at that part of the race, like he killed his tires behind Max trying to get past him way too early on. So that's why he was worried about the McLarens. But he said like if I hadn't done that early and like let my tires heat up.
Sorry, you froze for like 2 seconds. Sorry. You're fine now.
I'm gonna keep this in because I don't want to edit it out. So
yeah,
I'll put it you guys. So yeah, it was. Anyway, because I mean, Kimi's on fresher tires because obviously he just came out of the pit. So I was like, okay, but I still think that solidified Max ahead because I don't think that Max would have been able to get ahead of because the Mercedes was super fast this weekend. Because the Mercedes is doing a lot better in like the cooler temperatures, I guess. But it wasn't super cold in Canada.
It was like
no, it was actually warm.
So like they're saying that, and I'm like, well, I don't really think that's really true anymore. I think your guys are finding your pace just in tracks overall, not like so. Because I remember George after the race was like, well, we won in Austria last year because they won in Austria last year, so it's like okay, like we have good luck there, but it's gonna be warmer. So they're unsure about it because he was saying that he was unsure about the entire like rest of like the European rate, like the rest of the stint. So we'll see. I think that they're gonna be getting faster each weekend. I think that they're going to be I'm still fully saying they're P2 in constructors, right?
Yep.
They're sneaking if you know, I hate to say it, but like if McLaren continues on this, you know, not giving, you know, not being like, hey, don't fight, and if it happens again, like you're seriously risking constructors too.
You know what?
George and Max are like hiding back there.
We need to talk about McLaren now, guys.
The elephant of the race.
We talk about the elephant on the racetrack because first of all, there's there's two things. Like it's like McLaren. Why did you let it go that far? First of all, why did you let it go that far? It should never have gone that far. Don't let your teammates do that because it's going to end badly. Lando said before the race, and it's actually kind of ironic timing because he said it before this weekend. Said it's not a case of if, it's a case of when we're gonna clash. And you know what? It happened because that's how it goes. McLaren like needs to have there's a balance, and they've balanced it pretty well so far. where like, and the drivers have handled it very well too, because I would say it's mostly Oscar and Lando doing this, not as much the team, but the team needs to step in at some point, and they need to be like, okay, well, you guys need to like stay behind. Don't be having DRS and being side by side on the track and then fighting in the hairpin. Can you guys not do that? Like, I feel like that
if Lando was faster, they should have just let him. They should.
That's what my thing was.
Like
Lando was clearly faster because he had pitted later. He had fresher tires.
And if he was significantly faster, make them swap positions.
That's what I'm saying.
But like if like you don't really want to risk anything, you don't want them like whatever. Say they can't like change spots.
Stay to hold for a minute. Like
either tell them to swap positions or tell Lando to stay back and not overtake. And tell like just like do something about it. Like, and because I know like obviously like, and then Lando made a stupid move. He misjudged a move. But that's what happens. You make risky moves. It was pretty stupid because like there was no gap there, but you just misjudge things. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. It happens. You make mistakes. Like he was trying to be risky and aggressive. That's like what being an F1 driver means. Okay, you're taking risks. I don't really know what he was thinking because there was pretty obviously no gap, but you know what? Like I wasn't in the car, he was in the car, so I'm not gonna judge that.
When they replayed it, you could see there was like a slight gap for like half a second, and then the moment he moved for it, it closed and he was stuck.
Because he fully just like ran right in. It was giving me flashbacks. Well, actually, this happened with Lewis Hamilton at the same track in like 2011. So yeah, I think it was Jensen. So. Flashbacks to that because that was McLaren too.
Flashback to Nico taking a selfie in front of the start finish, and he cursed it.
When I found that out, I was like, "Because
it's your fault."
Because you know the Nico Rosberg curse, you guys. You know that curse.
I hope you do.
He selfies in front of things, and he ruins people's races. Delaney sent us on Instagram. She sent the post of Nico's selfie is at the start and finish straight. So I'm like, let me just go look at the articles to see where the crash happened, just like for fun to see if it was close. Because I remember it was on a straight. I didn't remember anything else. It was literally the crash was on the start and finish straight, right where he took the selfie. It's actually like insane.
He literally said distraction.
Yeah, he's like flames behind your house. Like that's like the kind of oh my gosh. But yeah, like the whole I don't know.
It could have been so easily avoided.
It could have been so easily avoided. It was, and you just like that was. Like, this is great for Max and George. This is perfect for them. And you know what? McLaren, it's your fault. Like, that. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
It was, because now Max is what? That was the championship lead from Max. Like, it went down, like, went up. It shrank pretty decently. Because obviously you had a driver that DNF'd, and he's in second place. So, yeah, that wasn't helpful for them. They could have avoided it. And we always talk about this, like almost every time, like it's gonna happen at some point. It did. It might happen again. You never know because they're gonna be talking about it. They're gonna have.
I thought it was gonna be Ferrari first.
I thought so too, but like I just feel like it's like obviously they're gonna like put some set things in place now, but I'm like I feel like that should have been in place to avoid this happening ever. But you know what? It's gonna happen. They're gonna crash. Don't know if it's gonna happen again. I'm very curious to see how this plays out.
I hope not.
So yeah, I feel this could have been avoided very 100%. Strongly by the drivers and by the team, but mainly by the team because why are you like letting this happen? Because they're gonna fight it out, and if you were like surprised that they did that and they were being aggressive, you don't know your drivers because they're gonna be aggressive. Like they're not just gonna. They're both in the fight for the championship very closely, and you're expecting them to just like do it themselves. You have to
roll over like hell no.
Yeah, no, because Lando's not.
I'd be like, stop.
Yeah, like Lando's not going to play it safe, and Oscar's not going to let Lando by. So you have both of that happening, and you expect them to just like play it out fine. Like it's So this is what happens when you don't do anything. And I'm like, guys, we need some kind of rule set in place for when this happens because they're going to be up there together a lot more. They're always up there together. So
I was so like I didn't even post about it, but I had a lot of people in my comments being like sad about it, and then people responding and being like, why are you sad, like whatever, like hating. And I'm like, dude, y'all will really take anything you can because homie got out of the car, said, hey guys, this one's on me, my bad, I screwed up, that's all my fault. And y'all
wouldn't do that.
No,
like most people would not say that it was their fault.
No,
No, like
Homie took immediate accountability to, like, the first thing he said over that radio was,
I'm sorry.
"That's me. That's my bad."
Like after like crashing and having all the adrenaline, like having a fight with your teammate, and the first thing you say that is you're already squashing it. Because I like said I did like a video and I was like, I just feel like it was like that was such a smart thing to do because it squashes any type of rumors, like unless there's people that are being like stupid and being like weird dramatic about it. It squashes so many of the rumors that could happen, like because if he didn't say anything or if he was like pissed off on the radio, that could have caused so much distraught, which would just make everything more annoying, everything more difficult. So him saying something about it like immediately was very professional because, well, a lot of drivers aren't going to admit that, especially they won't want to admit it until after they see the footage. But Lando already knew, and he said something about it.
And he knew, like, McLaren didn't need that. They've had so much shit already this season. Like, they have been given so much shit for having a good car, finally. And, like, I just think he knew, like, they don't need for people to try to make it, like, Lando versus Oscar.
Yeah, because it's going to happen. It's probably going to happen either, even if he says anything or not. But
I just think he didn't want to instigate it or make anything worse. So he's like, we're friends. We're fine. I just tried to get past him and mess something up. That's my bad. Yeah,
exactly. I think that was like the best thing he could have done. I don't think he could have done much else besides not crash into him. Besides crashing into him, that was the best thing he could have done because like he didn't even just like wait until after in the interview. He said it right there. And I was like, you know what? Like, good on you. And of course, people are still gonna find things to hate because Lando is the driver that's like being it's like trendy to hate on him. Like last year too, 2023, it was trendy to hate on Max. Like it was like they're like whatever. Like when Lewis was winning his first championship, it was trendy to hate on him. When Sebastian was winning, trendy to hate on him. It's like he's just a trending driver right now, and I hate that that's a thing. I really do because it feels like there's just like a bandwagon.
It's just like a lack of like media literacy too. Like everything's taken out of context. Everything.
I know. There's obviously like interviews where like you're not gonna like somebody's response, but you know what? Who cares? You're not gonna like some people's responses. You're gonna like some people's responses. That doesn't mean you have to like just hate the person. It's okay. Like obviously it's okay. Like I get like being annoyed or just like not liking some drivers. Like it's okay. Hating versus like just not really liking. Like that's obviously like a huge difference. But like going online, just like hating so aggressively all the time is like so annoying. Complaining a little bit. Like, oh, I didn't really like that he did this. Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
Like good lord, because that's part of a sport. You don't like some people, you like some people. You don't like some teams, some drivers. You love some other teams. That's literally what a sport is. And being a fan, you don't have to like love everybody. Personally, I do. Sorry.
I love everyone.
I love everyone.
But some people don't, and that's okay.
That's
fine. It's like you can. It doesn't matter, but like just like the hate is crazy.
Yeah. And I think the trend of like whatever team is like winning and like doing the best and like winning every race. Like I think the trend of just hopping on and hating them is the dumbest shit ever because you've got like genuine McLaren fans who have been here for years, and it's like
the rock bottom of that team.
They went through rock bottom, they went through mid, now they're finally back at the top, and everybody like we're hyped, and then suddenly everybody's like, no, actually we hate McLaren.
Yeah,
McLaren.
Like Lando was one of the most popular drivers last year, and like 2023, like he was very popular, and like I don't know, it's just weird. I get like there's some things that people just like get like that go viral where like you see a lot, then you don't like them for like it's just weird. It happens with every winning, like, or like more competitive, like better, faster car, better, faster driver or something. It happens all the time. Like, like hating on him because he has like, oh, like, well, he's not winning every race. He has the fastest car. Who cares? Okay. Like, who cares? Like,
you're not in the car.
You're not in the car. Who cares? Like, just like, that's not a reason to hate on somebody. I just don't really get it. It's not really a reason to hate on somebody. Like some people, oh my gosh, I can't. I could go on this for hours. Like, I just the hate just like makes me so irritated because like
you in your workplace can see that, right?
It's just obnoxious. Like
hating on social media. I'm like, guys, get off of your phones.
Go watch the race.
Like, I know damn well if I scroll back in your account to like 2024, I'll see Max Verstappen hate posts. Like you just hate whoever is doing well.
Exactly.
Genuinely, I don't think anybody could be winning, and you'd be like, yes. Like you like, genuinely, it's just the most obnoxious thing.
I think one of the worst things about this sport specifically is bandwagon haters, because that's a very big thing. So
the dumbest shit
It's also
ever.
annoying to like get comments about it, and you're literally just trying to like make a recap or like make a cute video. And
I
someone's
literally
always gonna be
posted a video about my dad, and I got comments about like Lando, calling him like names and like hating, and I'm like, dude, I didn't even mention Lando in this video.
I know it's like they like smell like the number 4 or like an orange, and they're like Lando. I'm like, guys, it's okay. Like, relax.
I'm like, genuinely, I didn't put a single word about Lando Norris in this video, and suddenly you guys are on me. Like,
if you talk bad about Katie's dad, trust I'm on the way.
Genuinely, we're gonna be after
we're on the way.
Somebody in that video asked who my dad was. Like, he's some like famous guy.
It's your mom.
Like, he's my dad. Thank you very much.
Because I was like, it was like the post that I was like watching F1 alone because my dad's in Montreal for the race, and somebody was like, "Who's your dad?" And I'm like, "You would not know my father."
It's your mom.
My dad is there.
And my dad is my dad. That's
my dad is there. He's in the paddock, but he's an IT guy, so he's hanging out with Lenovo right now. If you find him, take a picture. I don't know.
I have one final thing I want to talk about before we conclude this is the George and Matt. It was not that minor, but the George and Max thing at the end of the race during the safety car, where so to explain it in case like you don't really, in case you just like not really know what we're talking about. So there's a safety car. It was like the last like lap because the race finished under a safety car because of Lando crashing into Oscar, and so George is leading, obviously, and the safety car, you can't overtake the driver. Like, you can't, like, your full car can't be ahead of them because you have to stay in the order, and you'll get like a penalty usually for that. And like, it was really weird because George was kind of driving kind of weird. Because I was watching Max's onboard too. Like, I had his onboard on, and I could see like George was driving kind of weird. He was kind of like going like this, like kind of going braking and stuff. And they streamed it at one point on like the actual like F1 TV like broadcast, and like George just out of nowhere like just like slammed on his brakes, and like Max naturally went ahead of him like barely, like a lot, like this much, like literally by this much, and then like George like looked over, and like Max was like kind of like he like slowed down like immediately after, like he was ahead of him for like maybe like 1 or 2 seconds, and so then George was on the radio, and George said, oh hey, like Max just overtook me on the safety car, like, and then his engineer was like noted, and Max was like, oh hey, George broke out of nowhere, and like he slammed on his brakes, and it was visible that he did, and there's no really need to. I don't get it. But so they're just saying that for the stewards, like they're saying it visibly on the stewards. The stewards can see, and GP was saying things, and I guess they went to the stewards after, and I think Red Bull put in a protest. He said they put in a protest that George was driving erratically, and it got rejected. And some people, this is kind of controversial, but I guess some people are saying that. Well, I think they were saying that George should have his win taken away, and I was like, whoa,
no.
But like I guess there should have been some kind of reprimand, honestly, like, or some like something, because I like
at least a warning. Like,
if we're being honest, like if like there's a whole thing about British bias, right? There's a whole like argument about that. I don't really know about that. Not really sure. I'm gonna leave that up to the people to decide. But some people were saying that he should have gotten some kind of reprimand. I feel like that is fair because like that shouldn't really be let go, no matter who the driver is. Like, I feel like that's kind of weird. You're under safety car. You're finishing like the race. Like, it's the last lap. You don't need to conserve your tires. You don't need to save your tires. It's nothing like there's nothing you should be doing that for, right? And then also, so if you guys are still watching, you guys should just what do you guys think? Do you guys think that he should have gotten the penalty?
I think if he genuinely didn't realize Max was there and like was just playing around with his brakes, then it's fine. But if he's doing it on purpose and then trying to blame Max, then you can't just do that. Because like I'm sure, like, if he's just like, oh, I'm a brake, I'm bored, or something like that, like
I don't know. I feel like though the protest would have gone through if it wasn't like hey, like George had this issue, or like George didn't know this or something like that. Like, I feel like the appeal would have gone through. So I feel like there's probably something that we don't know that like was either an issue or like he didn't know something. Because Because
I feel
otherwise, there was no reason they wouldn't have given George a penalty.
Yeah.
I feel like they both should have been at least like warned or something. Be like, hey, like
There should have been a warning or something, like, because I don't know. I guess if it happens again, then it's like you're donezo. Like something should happen, because like that. If you're like deliberately braking to get the other driver behind you in trouble, that's like that's a big deal. So if it ever happened, like, I mean, again, we don't know. Maybe FIA is being British biased. Maybe they love George and they hate Max. Maybe it's something else that we don't know. Who knows? You know, there's so many different ways that could have be translated.
Yeah.
It's being translated a lot over, like, there's different controversies. Also, Lando Norris's 5-second penalty is controversial. If you guys
It was
didn't know.
honestly like not really necessary. Like, he already DNF'd.
Well, if people are saying that it should have been more, is what the controversy is.
Well, technically, okay, I think the issue was they didn't call it a DNF. He still got P7. Like, he was still given P7.
What? Wait, that's what it is? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He was given P7?
He didn't finish the race, though.
That's what I saw.
Oh, right? So what the heck?
That makes a difference.
I thought it was just like over the penalty and they want it to be more, but that means a lot more. That's a lot more. That's crazy. Why would he finish?
Because of the safety, like
maybe he caused the safety car because he crashed.
No, they took it away. Okay, so before he had finished P7,
so he's DNF now.
They gave him the 5-second penalty, and then they called it a DNF. So actually, and now that I'm looking at it, I am realizing Fernando Alonso did score points. He was P7.
Okay, that's what I thought. This is what I thought.
So is he serving that 5-second penalty next race then? Is that what this, like, what is he doing?
I don't think so. I think I don't
thought type thing.
I don't know.
What's the point of getting a penalty if he doesn't, because you already finished the race? Like, if you DNF, you get a penalty that makes no sense.
I'm really unsure what.
I feel like if you're getting that penalty, it needs to be served in the next race.
I don't know.
Because if you didn't serve it,
I don't think.
I know in Austria, I guess.
I'm gonna look right now.
I think a lot of people were wanting to be more because it was like something with a collision. I think it was Max and somebody. I don't know who it was. Because somebody like had a similar crash or something, and it was a 10-second penalty. Not sure if that's true. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I do not know. I did not really read much into it. But to be aware that there is controversy going around about his penalty. So.
Yeah, I saw that, and I saw it, and I knew that there was going to be controversy about it because originally they said he was going to keep P7, and then they changed it.
Interesting.
Because I remember seeing that and people being like, dude, why the hell would they do that? But they didn't.
Well, we'll leave it up to you guys. The final viewers of this video. We'll leave it up to you guys. If you guys think that Lando should have gotten a penalty or whatever you think about that.
Guys, can we also, at the end of the episode, can we just mention my GOAT?
Christian.
We're mentioning right now because this is
Rasmussen. Guys, first.
Can we just talk about my man for getting
Christian Rasmussen got his first podium.
First IndyCar podium.
He moved up 22 positions, guys.
Freaking
22 positions. Do you guys hear that? Is this thing on?
22
positions.
22.
22 positions.
22, bruh.
22 positions. Christian Rasmussen went up 22 positions and got his first podium in IndyCar for ECR. Ed Carpenter Racing. Christian Rasmussen, our GOATs.
Absolutely.
Genuinely, I didn't watch the race because it was late, because it was a night race. I didn't watch it, and I opened my phone and I see Christian Rasmussen.
Tears of joy.
P3. Yes. And I genuinely thought about going back and watching the race just so I could see it. Because
I was watching the race like later on because
I probably will end up watching it later.
We should watch it together.
I need to see it. We should. Because I need to see it.
I genuinely I saw you sent that and I was like, oh my god.
I screamed. Like I was so
that's our goal.
I love that man. He is genuinely like probably my favorite IndyCar driver. I just think he's such an icon and he's so funny. And I was watching the Indy 500 and I was rooting for him.
Oh my gosh.
And just to see it happen at this one, I was like, ugh.
And for it to happen from so far back too is just like such a statement.
That far back, I was like, dude.
Yes.
You are the GOAT. You are the GOAT.
him. That's what he
So
is. He's him.
I literally opened my phone though to see him get like the biggest mover award, and I was like, "Yep,
Yes, deserved.
I was
That's
like,
our
we
goal.
have to speak about this right now."
Well, that's actually gonna be the end of this episode. So, we had to end it off with a bang, and that bang was Christian Rasmussen getting his first podium. So,
Yay.
well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This was a pretty fun race.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be in Austria in 2 weekends. We have another off weekend, right? I believe. So.
Yes, we have another off week. Then we'll be in Austria,
And then we hanging out next week.
and then we'll be together in Austria.
We're gonna be in real. We're not gonna actually be in Austria, but we're gonna be in.
We're gonna be in Austria.
somewhere else.
We're gonna be in Georgia,
And
but we're gonna be together.
We're gonna be together, you guys. We're gonna have our first podcast episode's gonna be together, and we're gonna actually be watching NASCAR. So we're gonna keep. We're gonna remind you guys next weekend. Stay tuned.
We'll be at the Atlanta NASCAR race, so let us know if you're going. Come find freaking past the paddock, bruh.
Come find us. We'll be wearing tank tops.
We will actually.
You'll know what
The
to do.
past the paddock merch that we're.
Yeah. So if you guys want some, let us know. We'll get some.
We can make it happen.
I'll have my mom custom make you guys.
It's very true.
Guys, we can all match with our past paddock tank tops, you
Heck
guys.
yeah, bro.
Yeah, past the paddock fan base all has custom made tank tops by my mother.
Okay, well, remember, guys, we're gonna be in NASCAR in 2 weekends. So remember this. Okay, we will see you guys next weekend for an episode. Surprise on what's on. We have no idea yet, so you will find out soon.
It'll be fun for all of us.
Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.